Hey guys, this is Poet Spice Jamie Lola Tallulah, and I'm here for another Die Cut Diaries. I had a request I had a question as to whether I had a tutorial for this die, and I thought I had done one a long time ago, but apparently I didn't. And then somebody else requested it, so I went ahead and did it. It is for the Tattered Lace TBar slider card. It has all these dies in it, and I made a mock-up just using some papers that were around. So it could go this way or this way. And basically you have this and your card pops up. Boop. Now you can see there's some issues with this. Which is probably why I don't use this card very much. When I got it, I was like, ooh, that's a cool idea. And then, I don't know, it just doesn't work as well. And it could be the fact that we don't have a stick of cardstock as they do in the UK, so it needs some stability. But anyway, I'm going to show you how I did this. And it also could be, you know, maybe they constructed it a different way. On the back of the package, it has directions, but I found the directions difficult to follow. So that's why I just put together the way I've put it together. So let me go ahead and show you what I've cut already. And then there's one piece we're going to cut together because it'll be easier to do that. So here's your card base, which is the largest square. So I've gone ahead and done that. And I've used UK paper. So this is some hunky-dory paper or similar or something like that. But as you can see, it's really heavy. So there's what I use for the card base. That's that big square. Okay. Then this is the part that makes the pocket for the slider. Okay, so I went ahead and cut one of those. Now we're going to need this to do something else with, so I'm not going to put that away yet. Then here's the TBar slider to do the pull tab, and there's that one. So I'm just going to put that there. Here is the piece that's supposed to have your sentiment, which is this die here. So you just cut it and it scores it. Okay. Let's see. I did some layers, so I used this die, which is mat 1, and then this die. So here's mat 1. The decorative die I cut out twice because I wasn't sure, and I'm not even sure I want to use either one of them now, but you can see how it cuts out. It is pretty. And you do have to run it through a couple times because it does have all those details in it. There is this mat, which is on the inside, and I cut one of those. Okay. Now, when I was doing my mock-up, I did do the mat and then the inside layer and this additional square, and so it looks like this when you layer it up. So you can see how that goes in there, a little piece in there. Okay, so that could be your front of your card, and you could put this on the edge and all that mat, all that stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put these over here. And what I want to do is show you what to do with this die and this die, because these two seem to be the most difficult to get and use. I don't know. Okay, so I've got my Anna Griffin die set here, and we're going to do this. Okay, so first I went ahead and cut this piece like that, and I cut it out of some very heavy cardstock, so it's heavy. It's probably heavier than 110. Then this is the part that makes the slider mechanism. Now, if I've done it correctly, the way it's been laid on here, you'll notice that 3 sides have the tab and 1 side is empty. You'll also notice that the die has a slot up here, and then you have this back part. So to do the card the way I did it, I put this piece closer to the front, okay? And I've just centered it. So hopefully you can see. I realize it's black card, but that was the heaviest card I could find. So basically I'm centering it within this area here before you get to the tabs. So can you see the tab area? Okay. Trying to center that. And then I'm going to run it through the machine. And I hope I didn't just move it too much. Okay, so then I'm just going to run it through my impress. So I did end up keeping the Anna Griffith die cutter. Okay, so we have this, and so this little piece here popped out, and you'll notice there's a score line here, a score line here, and then you have this back piece. Okay, so it's attached like that. Now, because to me this area here, which is this area when you put it together, this piece between here, see how it buckles? Now, I don't know if it would do this by itself on this card because it's so thick, but why take the chance, right? So what I did was take a scrap, okay? I took a scrap of black to match, and I made it wide enough where I could get this section right there of the die to cut out. So I went ahead and did that. So if I put this down and show you, so see, you could see, I'll probably do it this way, right? Where this section of the die, whoops, right there. So I could get this section between here. Now, all I'm gonna do is cut that extra piece off. So this, where the score lines are, I'm gonna cut that off. And move that out of the way for you. So we're just gonna take that score line and cut it. And do the same thing on the other side. Now this is not in the instruction, but this is what I did before on a card to try to help it be sturdier. So then these two should match up. You'll see how that is. But I'm gonna put it on the back. So I'm just gonna go ahead and turn this over, and then you can see all the gooky side, and glue this down in that section so it will be reinforced. Excuse me. And you know, you don't have to do it, but this seemed to work better. There might be a better way to do it, I don't know. But this is what I did to try to jerry-rig something that was stronger. And it should be stronger, definitely, since this is very heavy cardstock. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and try to get this lined up. Okay, so then now, try to get this lined up right, because it'll have to move smoothly through here. So I need to cut off a little, whoops, a little piece. And as you see, this is why I ended up not using this die very much, because to me it seems to take a bit of jerry-rigging to get it working properly. Okay, so now you have these tabs. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold these tabs over a little bit. And they'll eventually go flatter, but this is thick card, so I don't want it to crack right away. So just kind of give it a little help going over. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and push it over now. And of course you can get your bone folder out and burnish it over, which I will do in a little bit here. I kind of want to get this going. Okay. So this is basically that piece there. Now, this piece is going to be a mountain fold because it's going to come up into position there. And this is going to be a valley fold because it'll come back on itself like that. And then your mechanism should slide, boop, boop, boop. Okay? So then, if you turn it over, all right, you'll see these again, your little flaps. And then you take your sentiment piece, which was this little piece here. And there's a score line. You can go ahead and move that up if you want to. There's a score line, and it, according to the instructions, is supposed to sit right there. And then this little piece that goes in that slot. Now here's where I was saying that I really think that this piece should be longer. It should go here and then go even further up into this channel. But it doesn't, so we'll just go with what's there. So I'm going to put some glue here. And I just realized I didn't close my glitter glue. You'll have to excuse my voice. I have a cold. So it's getting ridiculous. Now, this is what was very difficult to see in the instructions. You have this area, and then you have this piece that folds. Here, you're going to take the edge of this and line it up at the fold, not on this flat part. Okay, so stick this back in there, and then line it up, centralize it right against that fold. See? Right against that fold. Because the way the instructions were written, it was kind of difficult to see where they were putting it. If it was going here or here. All right, so then when I turn it back over, see, this should come like that. That makes sense? So that's what that looks like when you turn it back to the front. So I'm going to turn it back over to the back, right? Like this. Now we have to get in our pull tab. So if we look at it, the pull tab is attached to this bottom flap, which is this flap right here. It's the one we didn't score yet or fold yet. That one. Okay. So I'm going to turn it around this way so that the folding and the tabs are on my left side, just because it's easier for me to do. Here's your pull tab. And I actually suggest doubling this up if you're using a thinner card, which I should probably do because I am using a thinner card. Now, when you line this up, you're going to line it up with, whoops, hold on here, let me get it right. You're going to line it up with this tab right there. And you have to make sure that this will slide underneath these flaps. It's like a track. Does that make sense? So you have to get it all situated, and you want the good part facing down. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue right there. I hope this is making more sense, because I think it's kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of a confusing die to me to use. So just putting that glue right there. Take this with the good side down and line it up right with the edge of that. And then try to get it centralized so that it will run smoothly between these two tabs. And hopefully we did a good job so that when we pull on it, well, I guess I really should have waited till the glue dried. That probably would have helped. Yeah, Jamie, that probably would have helped for the glue to dry. Well, see, now you know what to make sure you do. Make sure you let the glue dry. Okay, so notice I didn't glue it on the flaps. It's just in between them so that it runs properly. Okay, so there's that. And then what's going to happen is we're going to take this, and this was our card base. So then we're going to put it on top of here. And hopefully all the mechanisms will work properly. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put some glue. Let me go ahead and burnish this down now. And we got everything in there. Excuse me. Okay, that should be enough now. So pull that up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so put that in there. Then we're gonna put some. I'm gonna put some tape on here so we can get a little of it stuck down. Now you could use red liner tape all the way around, I guess. Excuse me. But I just want to have some of it that'll make it stick immediately. And then I want the glue to set up. I hope you're enjoying these tutorials. Right now it's a tutorial on how to get tape up. Okay. Then I'm just going to take my card base and figure out about where I want it to be. So right about there. I'll put some glue on the tabs. And you want to make sure you don't get it in the track. You have to be on the outside here. Otherwise, your card won't slide. Okay. Alrighty there. Alright. Then I'm just going to figure out where I want it like this. And take that side. Bring it down on this side. Bring it down there. Okay. And then I like to do this again, just on the back so it smushes it down, gets everything's flat. There you go. You could go back and burnish it as well. Okay, so hopefully now our mechanism will pull. Woohoo! Yay! Okay, now that looks kind of ugly, so you then want to go back through and put on your topper kind of thing to keep it all nice and lovely. So I'm just going to put these two layers together. I feel like I need some theme music. Y'all give me some theme music. Oh my gosh. But sometimes it gets annoying in the background when you hear the music too much. So I don't end up using it a lot. Sometimes I do. But then again, you know, I don't know if people want to hear me chit-chat and chatter, chitter. Yeah, I know, I just made up that word. Chatter, chitter. And I'm just going to lay that in the center. And I'm not really going to decorate it much after that because how you want to decorate it can change. Like, so I could put that on, something else, a larger picture, whatever. And then all you have to do now is place it so that it attaches to this. Okay. So when you put it like there, you'll have a minimum frame, and then it should pull back with this. And then you would have your sentiment here. And then all your gobbledygook is hidden. So if you wanted to pull it on the right, or so that it's on the left side, you could do that. If you want it the right way, so it opens when it pulls back this way, you can do either one. I'm going to go ahead and put it here. And then that will be our card. I hope this was helpful, and if you have tips or found a better way to do it, definitely go with that. So you can basically do whatever's easiest for you. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue here, just on this piece back here, between the score lines. Pull these off. And try to center it up. Like that. And then, should have moved it down a little bit more this way, but that's okay. And then you have your card, and let's see if it works. Open! See, I think it needs to pop open more, but it is what it is. Okay? I think too, maybe you could score it here and it would open a little better. If you did it this way, it pops out more. And it could be you have your thing done this way. Oops, probably would help if I put it in frame. But that is the way I put that card together. Hopefully that helps, and I shall see you on another Die Cut Diaries. Thank you.